Hi everyone, welcome to another interesting tutorial. I'm Tammy of T Exclusive Couture. In today's tutorial, we'll be learning how to make this beautiful shirt dress. So I'm going to be taking you through step-by-step process on how to cut and sew each of these pieces together to make a beautiful dress. So this is the one I made with the tutorial. I got a lot of compliments when I wore the dress, so you have to try it up. It is beginners friendly, so as a beginner, you can definitely go with this process and you'll be able to make the beautiful dress. So thank you for joining us today. If you are joining us for the first time, thank you for joining us, and don't forget to click the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell to get notified anytime we have new tutorial. For our returning subscribers, thank you for always coming back. If you'd like to join my WhatsApp group, the link will be in the description box. So thank you for joining us today, and also don't forget to like, comment and share the tutorial. Thank you, and let's get started. For the making of this dress, we are going to be starting the drafting on the pattern paper. So you roll out the shoulder line. So it's a shirt dress with a front button down. So you're going to mark out 1.5 inches for the front button allowance. So this is going to extend to the waist. So our drafting is going to be stopping on the waistline. So once you mark out your 1.5, you just roll it out. So that is going to be for the button allowance. So on the shoulder line, you go ahead and mark out the vertical measurement. So you start from the bust line. You don't need the chest line for this. So you mark out the bust line, the under bust, and also the waistline. So once you have them marked out now, you can go ahead and extend out all the lines. That is the bust line, the under bust line, and also the waistline. So once you have this now, you're going to be marking out your bust divided by 4 on the bust line, and on the waist divided by 4. Then I added 1 inch as the dart allowance, so you connect it from the bust line to the waistline as seen like this. So the next thing is to mark out the nipple to nipple measurement. That's the bust span divided by 2, and you roll it out. So on the waistline, you take in the 1 inch that you added to your measurement, that's ½ inch on both sides, and connect it to seen like this. So once you are done, you go to the shoulder line now. You can extend the lines if you don't have enough there. So you do your shoulder divided by 2. Then I added 10 inches for the sleeve allowance. It's a cut together with sleeve. So whatever you have on the shoulder line, you take it to the bust line and also mark it out. So I had 18 and I marked it out. So now from that point now, to connect it to the bust point, first I'm going to be using a dotted line as seen like this. So I'll make sure that the lines are connected on the bust line. So from that point, I'll go in by 2.5 inches. I don't want the sleeve to just be straight. I want it slanted. Is why we are doing this. So you connect it back to the shoulder line as seen like this. Then once you are done, you can go ahead and blend it in to the bodice like this, so that it will be curvy and well relaxed. Once you are done with that now, is to draw out the neckline. So I'm using the neck width of 3 inches, which is starting from my button allowance, and the neck depth of the original design stops on the bust line, but I don't want mine to be that low, so I'll stand out from the shoulder line by 8 inches. So if you want yours to get to the bust line, you can go ahead and connect it to the bust line. So that is what the neckline for the front is going to be. And also on the under bust, we have a shape on the center front. So from the under bust line towards the bust point, I went up by 3 inches, and I made a slight curve to connect it back to the under bust line as seen like this. So that is going to give us the shape that we have on the under bust. So once you are done with this now, you can cut it out, or you just decide to add the necessary allowances. So I added 1 inch allowance on the side and also on the armhole. Also the sleeve part, I added 1 inch allowance. So when I'm cutting on the fabric, I will not have to add these allowances again. So if at this point you are yet to join my channel, please don't forget to click the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell to get notified anytime we have new tutorial. If you'd like to join my WhatsApp group, the link will be in the description box. And also don't forget to like, share and comment. Also on the neck area, I added 0.5 end allowance for the toning of the neck area. All of these allowances can be added on the fabric if you don't want to add it on your pattern paper. So once we have this now, don't forget the button allowance we have for the front, so you're going to mark it. And also on the sleeve, by the time you are sewing it, it has a slit on the sleeve area, so I'm going to be explaining more when you are sewing. So I'm just labeling the button allowance, and with this you can go ahead to cut out the patterns. Don't forget we are separating on the under bust area, so we are separating it from there. So after cutting, this is what we have for the front. So you just go ahead and close the dart from the under bust to the waist with your paper tape. You don't need to cut the dart through, just go ahead and close. The under bust is going to be without that. So after we've done that, now on the upper part I'm going to be cutting out the dart. Now on that part there is going to be a little bit of pleats that we are going to be fixing into the under bust part, but we don't have enough, so we'll be doing a little bit of slash and spread. So you go to the shoulder line. On the part we mark the shoulder, whatever is remaining, divide it by 2, and from there you connect it to the bust line as seen like this. So you are going to be slashing that line, and we'll be spreading it to get enough that we are going to be using for the soft split that we have on that part. So I'm just going to go ahead now and put another pattern paper under it, so that I will just go ahead and slash it as much, and spread it as much as I want. So I will just tape out the first part of it on the pattern paper like this. Then I'm going to be measuring how much I want. So I use 2.5 inches in between, so as the distance for the spreading. Then I place the second part here like this, and also to go ahead to tape it down. If you want yours to be more than this, you can spread it as much as you want, but 2.5 is actually very okay. So once you're able to achieve this, now you can go out and cut out the excess pattern paper. So you'll be using this now to cut it on the fabric. So by the time you want to join it to the down part, that excess we have there is going to give us the soft split that we needed for that part. So when you are cutting on the part fabric, don't forget to add all the necessary allowances that we could not add on the pattern paper. For the back bodice now, we are going to start the drafting the same way we did for the front. So we measure out the shoulder line. From there we measure out the bust line and the waistline. So the back is going to be on fold, so we don't need any button or zipper allowance. So you just mark out the lines as seen like this. So on the bust line, you're going to be inputting your bust divided by 4. On the waistline also, waist divided by 4. So I'm making the back to be dartless, so I will not be putting darts. Then I measured on the shoulder line, my shoulder divided by 2, and also 10 inches for the sleeve allowance. So whatever I had there, I also measured it on the bust line to be able to connect it together like this. So it's the same thing we did for the front that we're also going to be doing for the back. So I step in by 2.5 again to make that slant sleeve edge. So you also go ahead and blend it into the bust line as seen like this. So because the front bodies do not have bust darts, so I'm going to be reducing my waist. I step up by 1.5 and I blended it to the side back as seen like this, just to make it a bit shorter and okay for the back. So for the neckline, I made the neckline to be 3 by 1.5 inches. So 3 wideness and 1.5 for the depth of the back neckline. After then, I also went ahead to add all the side allowance that I did. So I added 1 inch all round the armhole, the side of the dress, and also the sleeve part, so I don't have to be adding on the fabric again. So if at this point you are still here to give this video a thumbs up, please go ahead and do so. Comment if you have any question, and also don't forget to share the tutorial. This is what our back bodice is looking like, but you can decide to cut yours on the under bust, or you can decide to leave it out. So with this now, you go ahead to cut out the patterns. This is what the back pattern is looking like. So on the hem you had 1/2 inch allowance, and also on the shoulder line you had 1/2 inch allowance. Then I will go ahead and cut this on the fabric. So I'll be using this cotton fabric for the dress. So I want to cut out the flare part, that's the down part of the dress first. So to get that, I folded 2.5 yards of the fabric. I'm using 3 yards in total So I folded it into 4 to be able to cut the flare. So I'm using 3 yards. I folded 2.5 into 4, and the total length of the dress I'm working with is 48 inches and the half length is 18. After subtracting, I got 30 inches, but I'm going to be adding the hem allowance and also the joining allowance on the waistline. So I got 32 inches in total. So for this part here, to get the circumference, my waist divided by 4 plus 1 inches. So once you get the point, you are just going to mark it out to get the curve on the waistline. So on that place now, you're going to be placing the tape to measure out the desired length you calculated. So I just mark out mine, which is 32 inches, and I'm also placing the tape on different parts to be able to have a curvy effect on that part there. So once you're able to get this now, then you're able to get your flare that is going to be for the down part of the dress. Now this unfolded part is going to be the button allowance of 1.5, so I'm marking it down to the hem. So the folded part is what is going to the back. Since we don't have any opening at the back, we'll be using the folded part for the back. So once you get this now, you mark it out. You can go ahead and cut out your fabric. Side here, I went ahead to separate both the front and the back because I'm going to be joining them together on the side. So we have this now. This is for the back and this other part is for the front. So on the button allowance area, you just go ahead and notch it so that when you are joining, you know which one is going for the center front. So you notch it on the upper part and also on the hem for the button allowance. So then we can go ahead to cut the upper parts. This is what I got after cutting out on the fabric. So for the back, you're turning it to the right side. I also went ahead to cut the facing, to use the facing to turn it by 0.5 inch on the neckline. Also, I did the same thing for the front also. You turn it to the right side and place the facing for each of the fronts. You place it and turn it by 0.5 inch allowance. So I'll go ahead to do that now. For the front, this is what I have after turning with the facing. So the next thing is to join into the underbust part. So I cut 4 of these, 2 for lining and 2 as the main fabric. So you're going to be placing it on the underbust line like this. Now once you place it, you realize that we have the excess. So that is the excess we are going to be using as the soft lace when we did the slash and spread method. So you just start the joining from the side like this. You can go ahead and sew it straight, or you just pin it down and seam like this. So just pin it down. So now what we are trying to make is, we don't want the gathers to be anywhere. We want to be towards the center line that's going to be on the dart line, right? So the front also, you pin it as seam like this. So we just want the dart to be on the dart line. So you just go ahead and pin it. So whatever you have excess remaining is what you'll be using as the soft split that we're going to be having on that part for the front. So just go ahead and stitch it down by 0.5 inch allowance. So you do the same thing for the second one. So for the back, I've turned the neckline also. So the next thing to do is just to join the flare parts of the dress. So just join it together on the waistline by 0.5 inch allowance, right side facing the right side. Here is what the front part is looking after joining it with the underbust. So the next thing we are going to use is now to use the lining to turn the rough edges. So you are going to be placing the lining on it, like the lining right side facing the wrong side like this. Then you are going to be stitching it down by 0.5 inches to conceal the rough edge. This is what we got after turning the rough edge for the front like this. So you can just go ahead and top stitch it. We are going to be weaving it all later. So the next thing to do is just to join it to the down part, which is the flare. So you're going to be bringing the flare for each of the side. Don't forget we notch the zip button allowance. So you join it to the waist by 0.5 inch allowance. After doing that, the next thing is to turn the button area. I cut a long strip of about 2.5 inches wide. That is what we are going to be using to turn the button allowance. So you place it on the neckline like this and make sure that the strip has about 5 inches extra. So you turn it to the wrong side, you can go ahead to pin it down. So you just use it to turn that upper part. We don't want to have any rough edge on that part. So you stitch it down by 0.5 inch allowance and give it a good press. Also, I cut out patches for the pocket. So to fix the pocket on the dress, so from the waistline, you're going to be stepping down by 2 inches. Yeah, so I stayed down by 2 inches. From there you join your pocket. Also I'll do the same for other side. All right, so this is what the front part is looking like, and I've gone ahead to hold the facing down with Emmy gum. And also, so the next thing to do is to do the loop that we have on the side. It has the lacing at the back for adjusting the waist. So from the under bust line, I step down by ½ inch, and also I mark the half inch to 1 inch below the waistline. From the under bust, step down by ½ inch. From there I marked ½ inch interval to 1 inch below the waistline, and also I've gone out to sew out the loop. So you place the first one on the first ½ inch, you skip the second ½ inch and come to the third one, you place your second loop there, skip another ½ inch and come to the next one, you place another loop there, then you skip the next one and place it on the last one. So on the side I'll be having 4, I'll do the same thing also for the other side. So once you are done with that, now you go ahead and join it the shoulder line. So you place your bag on the shoulder line. Don't forget there is a slit opening on the sleeve, so you're going to measure from that edge of the sleeve, maybe 7 or 8 inches depending on how open you want the slit to be. So you are joining the shoulder line from the neckline to that point I marked. Then the other point you are going to be rolling the hem on that point, and also the sleeve you finish it, then also go ahead to join it together on the side. So this is what the finished look of the dress is looking like. The shoulder line, I've joined everything together, rolled the edges, and what it needs now is a good press. I do the same thing for the other part. And for the loop on the side, this is what it should be looking like. You just lace it together with your lacing rope. And the last thing to do for the dress is to fix your buttonholes and the button. So just go ahead and mark out the button holes and fix it. So this brings us to the end of our tutorial today. I hope you're able to learn something new. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in the next class.